is going on, everybody? Johnny Dollar here, and this is the Local Lick Show, brought to you by Heartland Connections, the #1 music destination in the heart of the Midwest. And I am broadcasting from the Rhythm City Casino Studios here in downtown Erie, Illinois, serving the Quad Cities and worldwide, WQUD-FM.com. Just click on the Listen Now button, and you can take us wherever you want to go. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Local Lick Show. Today we have a special guest live in studio today, and glad to have him. First time here, first time meeting him, and I want to introduce to you Logan Springer. Logan, thank you so much for coming in today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This is pretty cool. First time in a real music studio, or not music studio, but a radio studio. So this is pretty awesome.
Well, thank you for coming in. Yeah, looking forward to the music you got for us. You've got some songs for us. You got some stories for us, sure, and some stuff to talk about. So since you're new, tell everybody, introduce yourself. Who is Logan Springer?
Yeah, so I'm a local Quad Cities singer-songwriter. I'm from Central Illinois, real small town originally, Tremont, Illinois, if anybody's familiar out there. Turkey Festival is our big claim to fame. We have this big turkey cook thing every year with a carnival, and it's pretty awesome. But I grew up on a really small farm out there, and then after that I went to college in the Quad Cities and started music a little late in life. I don't think I even started playing guitar till I was about 29, so this is all fairly relatively new to me, but it's taken off awesomely, and I'm just really excited to share songs I've written and have recorded recently with everybody. So
awesome, cool. Well, great. So what got you into music then?
It wasn't a big part of my life growing up. Music was in church, and that was about it for the most part. I don't really remember hearing a lot of songs from when I was a kid until maybe high school. And then, college kind of got into a little bit more of that, into more of that stuff as more people were introducing to me. I was the oldest in my family, so usually the older brother is supposed to bring everything to everybody, and I did not do a good job of that.
Come on.
I know, it's terrible. For my siblings, so I moved out to Washington, D.C. after college, and I lived with a guy who was huge into it, had a drum set, had a guitar, had, all the accoutrements of music, and I worked from home and procrastinated a lot and decided to learn how to play guitar. And I still don't really know how to play guitar. I just kind of know how I play guitar. And because of that, I couldn't really learn other people's songs. So I started writing my own and realized that that was the part that I really enjoyed.
Well, that's a really unique take. I mean, well, first of all, there's almost really no way to play a guitar properly. I mean, the most important thing is to make it sound good.
Right. Right.
And you've got that down.
I'm attempting. I'm giving it hell. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's another good point, or another good thing you brought up is, you didn't get to learn other people's songs. So
yeah,
that forced you into writing your own song?
Forced me. Yeah. So if I wanted to sing along with what I was playing, I had to make up words for it, and that is kind of how it. That's the genesis of the whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what came first? What's easier, I should ask, playing guitar or songwriting for you?
I mean, for me, songwriting is by far my favorite part, so I put a lot more effort into that. I've just recently started taking guitar lessons, and my writing is vastly improved just in the few weeks that I've been doing that because of new things that I could do that I couldn't do before. So, but it's always been lyrics, and it's always been lyrics for me listening to songs as well. My favorite songwriters are not the best singers. They're not necessarily the best guitar players. But their stories are wonderful, and I've always thought that I'd love to write a book or write something like that, but who am I kidding? I don't have the patience to do that kind of stuff. I got patience for 3.5 minutes.
There you go.
That's about it.
You sound like me.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll talk a little bit more about that correlation you were talking about of learning guitar and how it's made songwriting easier. Yeah. But you got a song for us? Yeah.
So I'll play the song Coyote. It's the title track from the album that I've coming out April 1st. And it's filled with metaphors, and we can talk about that later, but I figure I'll just play the song first, and then we can dive into that if you want to.
All right, here's Logan Springer right here on the Local Lick Show. Logan Springer here on the Local Lick Show with Coyote, and what a great song.
Thanks.
Yeah, and so before the song, you were talking about taking guitar lessons.
Yeah.
And how that's improved your songwriting. How does that correlate for you?
Well, we did this whole album. This whole album came together because of COVID. So for me, it's the best thing that came out of COVID. I had started doing some solo gigs around town, like about Thanksgiving of 2019, and had booked a bunch of stuff out, and that were all canceled, right, for obvious reasons. The River Music Experience, which is a wonderful, wonderful resource that we have in the Quad Cities, reached out at that point and said, hey, do you want to do one of our solitary sessions, which is like a thing they were going to do, videos they were going to produce and put out to help artists that were kind of out of work, right? I have a day job, but it was still something that was, nice to do. Did one of those videos at Modern Myth Studios, which is a little spot that one of my a now friend has down in the East Village. And through him, meeting him, we did that, and then all of a sudden we did like 18, 20 demos and started getting other artists involved. But Murray Lee Rice and Ben Schwind have kind of been my two guys that are in my band now, that we put the whole record together. Well, I realized through that process that they were like, all right, how do we play along with this? And I'm like, I don't even know how to explain it to them. So I need to figure out how to explain what I'm doing to everybody. So started taking lessons after the record was done, and we're already working on the second record already, and they've even mentioned that, like, hey, we can tell you're writing for a band now. Like, I know a little bit more about what I'm doing, as far as making out charts and all that kind of stuff. So it's really opened up my ability to see the whole song instead of just me playing it on the guitar. Because for the first one, they were basically all acoustic songs that we turned into full band songs. But now I'm thinking full band instead of just acoustic songs.
Impressive.
Yeah.
And now, earlier we also talked about that you didn't, when you were growing up, you didn't remember a lot of songs.
Yeah, I remember two songs specifically.
You remember what they were?
Yeah, I remember "You Are the Sun." You are the sun by Stevie Wonder. You are the sun.
Uh-huh.
You know that song?
Yeah.
And James Taylor, "Fire and Rain," and that's the two I remember. And I always remember, for some reason, it was on like the Light Rock channel driving to church every Sunday.
Right. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, I remember those two, and I'm still huge fans of those.
Yeah. Well, great. Hey, timeless classics. So, have you been keeping up, or going back and finding stuff that you missed?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
So much. Like, the things that I'm into right now, I would have missed anyways because they were before my time anyways. Neil Young is a huge influence and huge fan of him. J.J. Cale is one of my absolute favorites. But as far as songwriting goes, I love, recently passed away John Prine.
Mm-hmm,
I take a lot of solace in how he did it too. He started kind of late in life too. And just as a songwriter, John Prine, Townes Van Zandt, Tom T. Hall, like all these guys that were really songwriters first that also had careers as performers afterwards because of the quality of their songwriting. And then getting into soul, like Bill Withers, Marvin Gaye, I love all that kind of stuff too. I think that those are basically folk songs with different backing.
Yeah, everybody's got a different take on different genres, and I talked about that last week when we were doing the show, that somebody can be known for a specific genre,
right,
or style, but they have an influence that's far beyond what people think.
Right. Oh, totally. I mean, you can go as far as, I love Outkast. I think their writing is phenomenal and sometimes lost in the fact that it's just so fun.
And a good musician, and even a good listener will be able to pick out the stylings or the influences that they picked up, that artist picked up, and like you go down the rabbit hole and you find one person, then you find another person, and you find this person you didn't know about.
Right. I knew I have a very specific example of that. So the Kanye West song Gold Digger, that is a sampling of a Ray Charles song, I Got a Woman.
Mm-hmm.
And that took me to that, which is now, the Ray Charles song is like one of my absolute favorite songs, which took me, I knew Ray Charles was awesome. I didn't know he was as awesome as he really is. I mean, he's obviously awesome, but that took me there, and now I'm like, I can't get enough Ray Charles. You know.
Who can't?
Yeah.
All right. You got another song for us?
Yeah, sure. This one's called Foreign. This is kind of a song about. This is a real autobiographical song from me, like moving off of my family farm and then coming back and expecting things to be different, but they're not. Right.
All right. Logan Springer.
Took flight from a shotgun to shoulder. It's a habit not lost from my youth. Got off around square in the tall grass, brought down a cattail or two. Just a few times a year, make it back from the city, throw off my shirt and my tie, kick off my shoes, run down the long drive. Just couldn't quite tell you why. It's just good to be back, walking this timber. The past rushing back floods my fog memory like a crooked old creek. Floods the fields in the springtime. Feels like my home's a little foreign to me. Life done past the age they said you died young. Still too dang young to be this dang grave. But I've grown and I've struggled. This town seems much smaller. We're both likely past our past glory days. So how long's it been, pal? Must have been 20 years. Like something we'd done that long ago. There's kids in the high school, there's folks I'd have known. We were all their age, sneaking out back to smoke. It's just good to be back, walking this timber. The past rushing back floods my fog memory like a crooked old creek. Fields in the springtime, it feels like my home's a little foreign to me. No need to get back, more than weddings and funerals. Talk with an old friend or wet down the line. Well, I'm different, I'm sure as I'm sure this town's home. Never felt settled, but this ground's firm and fine. It's just good to be back, walking this timber. The past rushing back floods my fog memory like a crooked old creek. Floods the fields in the springtime. It feels like my home's a little foreign to me. My home is still home. What's foreign is me. It's just good to be back, walking this timber.
Logan Springer live in studio here from the Rhythm City Casino Studios. We'll be right back with more music from Logan and more right here on Vintage Radio 107.7. Johnny Dollar here again. Thanks so much for tuning in. Stick around. We'll be right back with more. And welcome back to the Local Lick Show, brought to you by Heartland Connections, the #1 music destination in the heart of the Midwest. Live music from all over the world is brought to West Central Illinois at their Bishop Hill, Cambridge, and Galvin venues, all located in Henry County, Illinois. Johnny Dollar here. broadcasting live from the Rhythm City Casino Studios here in downtown Erie, Illinois. Thanks so much for tuning in this Saturday afternoon. And hello to our listeners, of course, listening locally, and hello to everybody listening worldwide online, WQUD-FM.com. Take us anywhere you want to go, even the shower if you want to. I don't care, as long as you're listening. Especially today, we've got live in studio Logan Springer. Logan's first time here at the station and putting on a great show today so far. And he'll be joining us until about 1 o'clock here. So let's get right back to it. And let's see here. We'll talk a little bit about the album you got coming out then.
Yeah, so the album is called Coyote. So I realized that it was a word that a lot of people throughout the country, that there's different dialects, right? So people say coyote, coyote, different. Those are the only two I know. But I know there's more than that. And I named it that because I feel like I come from a small area, right? And there's, but I've lived in big cities as well. And I've realized that in rural areas, it's called a coyote, right? And it's more of almost a slur, right? Because coyotes are predators, and they used to kill our sheep and all that kind of stuff like that. But in the cities, it's called a coyote, and it's just a nuisance, right? So the record is named after that because of that's the two parts of my life. I've lived in those two different kind of areas. But the album will be out on April 1st on all streaming platforms. It's actually, I found out yesterday that it's on iTunes for pre-release purchase already. I have CDs and T-shirts available currently on my website. Can I say that?
Oh, yeah, sure, of course.
LoganSpringermusic.com. And then we'll have vinyl records available in the summer for when we can finally get out their new live shows.
Awesome vinyl, yeah, man.
Yeah,
good
I'm
decision.
so stoked for that.
Yeah. I've got a nice collection of vinyls, and including a lot of local stuff. So
I'll make sure you get one.
Awesome,
yeah,
dude.
sure.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you. Excited. That's the way that I'm so happy to see that coming back. I think for my kids, I'm really happy because I want them to know that music doesn't just come out of a little square that they have in their hand, right? Like
it's more personal with
it's more personal.
Definitely with a vinyl.
Yeah.
Sort of with a CD, but with the vinyl, I mean, it's that great big artwork.
Yep.
If you got those gatefold ones, you can open it up and read the lyrics or the pictures. Colored vinyls are always fun. I mean, there's so much you can do with it.
And you have to be active, right? So when the first five songs are over, you got to go flip it over and listen to the next 5 songs. You have to be an active participant in the music, which I think is awesome.
That's right. And the best part of vinyl, if you got a nice setup, it just sounds so good.
Oh, so good.
I mean, get yourself a nice stereo system, some nice big speakers. Put whatever you want on. I would say literally anything if it's on vinyl, it sounds so much better.
Yeah, if you're a gearhead, it's just another rabbit hole to go down with gear. Yeah. It's so fun.
Well, I got to ask you, and I ask pretty much every artist that comes in about their instruments because obviously without it, for the most part, nobody would be where they are. And just scrolling through your Facebook page, you've got this. Tell me about this guitar you got here. You said that on your thing it says built an amp, didn't like it, traded in for a guitar. Tell me about that.
So I'm kind of a fiddler, anyways. So not a violin player, but I like to mess around with stuff a lot. So I got into building guitars first. So I have all but that guitar. All of my electric guitars I've built myself, and then I started getting into amp building as well. So I've built 4 tube amps. The first one that I built, I didn't like as much. And 2, I had it for sale, and this guy had this for sale, and we realized we were both kind of looking at each other's thing, and then just kind of made a behind-the-scenes deal on it. So it worked out great, and that guitar just looks so cool, and I'm a big dude, so it's a big guitar. I wanted some, like, Telecasters don't look kind of weird. They look kind of like I'm playing a ukulele because I'm tall and big, but this guitar is big, so I'm really psyched about it. Yeah. Gibson Firebird.
Yeah, that's such a beautiful guitar, and man, wow. Well, what a deal you got there.
Yeah, I mean, I think I came out ahead financially for sure, so I'm very happy with it. But the sweat equity, I don't think he had as much sweat equity in it since I don't think he built that.
Yeah, well, it's still nice, and you got a pretty good deal out of it.
Yeah, I'm stoked.
Yeah, and going back to your album.
Yeah.
How many songs you got on it?
So there's 10 songs on the record. We were initially going to do 10 songs on CD and digital release. And so there would be like a bonus in the digital, but I was able to actually squeeze all 10 onto the vinyl without losing any quality, right? So I figured let's put them all on there at this point. So 10 songs on there. We've got 8 18 to 20 more demos done already for going into a next record that we're going to start working on in May. And so we're really pumping it out now.
Yeah, it sounds like you're having fun. And now that things have, for now, hopefully they stay this way, but things have gotten a little bit better. How have things been going for you? Have you been doing more live shows, any live shows?
No, we are working on actually getting the band together. So we made this record. I call it more of like a, it's not a Fleetwood Mac. It's a, what's that band that was only a studio band? Steely Dan. It's more of a Steely Dan album, right?
Okay.
Everybody just kind of worked on it in the studios and we got it together. We did some pre-production. But now we've got a full band in place, which I am super, super excited about. Logan Springer and the Wonderfully Wild. Watch out for that this summer. And I've got a lot of great musicians. Is it okay if I mention who's
Oh, yeah.
band?
Yes, please do.
So
yes.
Murray Lee Rice, who I mentioned before, he's playing keys and guitar. He's kind of my producer a little bit. Ben Schwind is the bass player. He's also got a baritone guitar that I gave him that I really, really wanted to play because it's automatically sounds like a Western movie. So we got to figure out a way to do that. He's awesome. He's actually works at the RME, so he's a wonderful, wonderful guy. Craig Shehorn is our drummer. He's played with Zach Zurcher and stuff. He's doing awesome too. And then Tom Swanson, who is also in the Veelies, so is playing lead guitar. So I could not have asked for a better band. I am super psyched with that.
That's a bit of an all-star band there.
Yeah, I'm feeling really good about it, and they should feel really good about it. And whoever's going to come to listen to us should be excited because it's really coming to awesome. It's coming together awesome.
Well, it just sounds exciting. Just naming off everybody there and what you got going on.
Yeah, and then Angela Meyer does some did some backup vocals and did a duet with me on this record. So hopefully we'll be able to work her into the band at some point as well.
Wow.
I know you're listening, Angela.
Yeah, she's already put her 2 cents in.
I put you on the spot. Yeah.
Oh man, this sounds so exciting.
Yeah,
great,
we're pumped.
Great, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you know what would be exciting is to hear a song.
Yes, I can do that as well.
All right, what you got for
Those
us?
still exist. This song is called Darker Shade of Gray. This is probably the first song that I wrote on this album 4 or 5 years ago, before most of them were within the last year or so. And I did not want to put it on the album. I was not a huge fan. It's now everybody who's bought the CD so far, 90% have come back and said it's their favorite song. So my band and most importantly, my wife talked me into putting this on there. So I think we should probably play that one.
All right, here we go.
Well, I'm broke from the bottom up.
Logan Springer here on the Local Lick Show. And what made you not want to put that song on the album?
You know, I think it was old. You know, I had it for several years. I had played it probably 60,000 times in my basement, and I was just kind of, I wanted to move on, you know, and then as it came together and I'd only played it that way, right? So just me and the guitar. And as it came together as a piece for the record, when we started working on it and adding layers and piano and organ and bass guitar and lead guitar and all that other stuff, it just blossomed, right? And that was, this song specifically on the record was probably the piece that opened my eyes to how important it is to play with other musicians. Writing and lyrics is very personal to me, but taking the songs to other people and having them put their input in has been just paramount to my success and my ability to put together a good album. So yeah, I mean, I give all the credit to all those guys on that.
Right.
I just did that and sang, and they made the song awesome on the record. So I'm excited for everybody to hear it on there.
Well, I'm glad you put it on, and most importantly, I'm glad you mentioned that that you said most importantly your wife talked you into putting that on there.
It's my wife. 100% my wife.
100%.
She gives me, every time I go to do something like this where I'm going to play, she's like, you should play Darker Shade of Grey. And I'm like, I don't know. And she's like, everybody has liked it so far. That's the one everybody comments on. I'm like, when you're right, you're right.
Yes.
And she's definitely right, and she's right all the time.
Good. No, but I'm glad you said that on the radio. Everybody knows she
Springer,
knows.
you are right. You heard it on the radio.
There you go.
You have it forever.
There you go. It's recorded. We've got it forever. It's going through the airwaves. All right. Well, that's great. And, looking forward to the album.
Thank you.
And you got other stuff going on, like you're going to be opening up for Chicago Farmer?
Yeah.
Am I hearing that right?
Super stoked.
How about that? So how did that all come about?
So John Taylor out at the Heartland Connections out in Cambridge. Mm-hmm. Cambridge, I believe is the name of the town.
Yep.
Yeah, Cambridge, Illinois. Yep. I played out there with Angela Meyer last summer or early fall. And went really good, and we just kind of stayed in touch as everything was going on. And he was looking for slots. I said, hey, I'll take this slot. And then he said, hey, Chicago Farmer called and wanted to do that slot. Would you be willing to play with him? I'm like, absolutely, I'd be willing to play with him. Cody Dekoff, who is Chicago Farmer, his hometown and my hometown are like basically across the street from each other. He doesn't know me, but I know him. I've been following him for a long, long time and am a huge fan. One of his like songs, it's more like a poem called Route 9, is actually about the road that I grew up on. So I'm hoping that we vibe pretty good, and I think the song
would imagine,
be going well together. So we know a lot of the same people from back there, but I'm excited to meet him. And I've seen him several times, so I'm super psyched. He plays in like my hometown bar like once a year. So,
awesome, and that's going to be May 15th, 7 o'clock in Cambridge.
Yep.
You're playing both nights?
We're just playing one night. We're just playing the 15th.
You're with the 15th. Okay.
And we'll be full band that night. So that'll be our first full band performance. We're psyched.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Jeez.
Yeah. Going out big.
Yeah. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you got another song before our next break?
Sure. So I'll do, I'm trying to think how we do. I'll do Nowhere Fast. This is the first song off the album. It's a little more upbeat. So.
All right.
Me.
Logan Springer here on the Local Lick Show, 107.7 WQUD. Hey, Johnny Dollar here, and we're both broadcasting from the Rhythm City Casino Studios here in downtown Erie, Illinois. We're going to have at least one more song from Logan after we take this quick commercial break, so please stick around. Welcome back to the Local Lick Show, brought to you by Heartland Connections, the #1 live music destination in the heart of the Midwest. Live music from all over the world brought to West Central Illinois in Henry County, Illinois. Johnny Dollar here, broadcasting from the Rhythm City Casino Studios. And joining me in studio is Logan Springer, his first visit ever to Vintage Radio. And we got some great conversations going. Great music you got, Logan. Yeah. And let's see here. What else? We talked about Chicago Farmer. You're opening up for him May 15th. You got a new album coming out. Yep. And you said you're working on another album?
Oh, yeah. We're already demos and doing that stuff. So we're trying to, while the faucet's on, you might as well finish the water. Right? Yeah,
man. You're just tearing it up. And
thank you.
Anything else you got going on? I mean, anything planned or thinking about, or?
We are going to be doing the Alternating Currents Festival in the Quad Cities, so that'll be great. August 21st, we'll have 2 slots on that Saturday, so 2 one-hour shows, full band shows, which will be great. We've got another one that hasn't been announced yet, so I can't really say where it is yet. Sure. Another exciting one, like really exciting one, and then we are, whoever's interested, we're starting to take booking, and you can do that through loganspringermusic.com. For either solo shows, we can do trios, or we can do full bands. But I'm telling you, you want the full band. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it sounds so awesome. Yeah. Just by the description alone, it sounds so awesome. So I'm looking forward to all that. And I think you got a couple more songs left in the tank for us. Sure.
Yeah. So this one's called "Everything's Gonna Be All Right." Everything gonna be all right, and it's off of the record, the new record Coyote, and it's kind of a really stripped down version even on the album, so this is going to be very similar to how it is on the record. Wake up Monday morning and the sun has ceased to rise. Head to work in my beat up truck with the sunshine. Everything gonna be alright.
Logan Springer here on the Local Lick Show, and we are about done with Logan, but he's got one more in the tank. Yeah, check out Logan Springer Music online. He's got Facebook. What other social media presence do you have, or is it just Facebook?
Yep, so Facebook, Logan Springer Music on Facebook, Logan Springer Music on Instagram, and LoganSpringerMusic.com. I got super lucky and was able to keep the same ones all the way across the board.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And branding. It's all about branding.
All about branding.
All about branding. That's great. And you got some stuff for sale. I know you said you got the album for pre-order on iTunes.
Yep, so the digital is able to be pre-ordered on iTunes. It'll come out April 1st, so you'll get it automatically on April 1st. You pre-order it now. CDs are available on the website. T-shirts are available on the website. Great design by a good buddy, Jim Turley. And then vinyl, you can pre-order vinyl as well. Should be out this summer.
Oh, looking forward to that. And like I say, every week, everybody support your local musicians. Help them out in any way you can. You can go to iTunes and at the very least buy a song. Buy the whole album, that'd be great, or buy some merch, or do all three, whatever you want to do, and at the very least, too, please spread the word about the great artists we have in studio and that we play during the rest of the show. And Logan, take us out with one final song, if you could.
Yeah, so I got a new song. I wrote this a couple of weeks ago. This is my wife told me not to play this one, but it's burning a hole in my pocket, so I got it.
Okay, all right.
So this is called "Headed Through Hell."
That's Logan Springer. Logan, that is so good.
Thank you.
Thank
That'll
you.
be on the next record, so.
All right, we are looking
Stay
forward
tuned.
to that. Yeah, man, you sound like you're going to be a busy guy for the next several months and
Thank you.
hopefully the years to come. And check him out, Logan Springer Music, online at Facebook, his website. Am I missing something else? Instagram.
Yep.
And all Logan Springer Music. And anything else you want to say before you go?
No, thank you guys for having me in, and thank you for all you guys do for local musicians. It means a ton, especially for original artists. It's hard to get stuff out there, so for having support like you guys and River Music Experience and all my friends and everybody else like that, like this has just been, you guys have made this a really, really cool transition for me and a really cool time. So thank you very much.
Of course, we're happy to do it, and we're so glad that you came on today, and I hope to have you back soon.
Thank you very much. Anytime.
All right, sounds good. There you go, Logan Springer Music. Hey, you're listening to The Local Lick Show.